I think this movie got screwed over by its marketing. I think this movie also got screwed by its marketing, and for the exact same reason. See, both of these movies are based entirely around twists that were revealed in the ads for the movie. The first movie I pointed at was a sci-fi horror thriller called Companion, and everybody who went to see it loved it, but nobody went to see it. The second was a horror thriller called Abigail, exact same thing. This one lost money. Both of those films are in the one genre other than superhero stuff that is still profitable to make, which is mid to low budget, high concept horror stuff like Megan. This movie made, I think, $200 million on a $10 million budget. And I use that as my comparison on purpose because both of these films are much better executions of the same general idea. If you want to go watch Abigail or Companion and are afraid of being spoiled, move on. But that actually ties directly into my point, because if you have heard of this film, if you saw the TV spots, if you saw the trailer, you know it is about a bunch of bad guys who kidnap a little girl, but twist, the little girl is a vampire. That fact is revealed 15 seconds into the 30-second TV spot. It's revealed 90 seconds into the trailer. But it's not revealed until almost an hour into the film itself. It is absolutely clear when you watch this film that the people who made it 100% assumed that the audience would not know going in that she is a vampire. All of the tension in that first hour is based entirely on you not knowing this. It actually has a fake out where it's acting like it's setting up a completely different twist and then springs the vampire thing on you. But the twist is even heavily hinted at in the poster. It's the same thing for the film Companion. The poster heavily implies this is about a woman who is a robot or something. The fact that this character is a robot is a twist that's not unveiled until about 25 minutes into the movie, or about 30 seconds into the trailer. And I cannot stress enough that in those first 25 minutes, the entire hook that is leading you through the film is trying to figure out what is going on with this woman, because she occasionally acts strange, but they do several things to make it very clear she is supposed to be a human being. And as with Abigail, the film kind of does a fake out hinting that there's a different twist coming, something about the boyfriend cheating on her or something like that, because of the strange way that he's treating her. And I know exactly what some of you are going to say, which is that logistically, it is crazy to expect them to market this movie as anything else. The thing you're wanting them to keep secret is the only thing that's unique about the premise. It's the hook that would make you want to go see it. Guy has a robot girlfriend and she becomes murderous. With Abigail, it's even worse because if you try to market it as just a crime thriller, you're actually pushing it to the wrong audience because it's a different genre. But if so, what you're saying is even more profound, because it's not an issue with the marketing, it's the fact that certain types of movies cannot be made anymore. And I've said before on here that this is actually my favorite kind of film, a film that hides its genre not just from the audience, but from the characters, where they think they're in a crime thriller, but they're actually in a vampire movie. Kids, do you realize that back in 1999, pre-social media, when we all went to go see The Matrix, nobody knew what The Matrix was. Even though the big reveal, the twist, comes just 30 minutes into the movie. It's just a few minutes later than the reveal in Companion. But they had managed to keep that out of the marketing, like the big hook of the marketing was, what is The Matrix?
Unfortunately, no one can be told what The Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
It hid its genre. The fact that this is a sci-fi film that takes place in the future is not revealed until a half hour in. And there was a time you could do this. People who went to go see Psycho back in 1960 did not know they were going to see a slasher film. I did a whole video on this years ago. The first 45 minutes of this film is a crime thriller about a woman trying to get away with a bunch of money she stole from her employer. And in general, I'm fascinated to see how modern films handle this kind of thing. In the movie Sinners, vampires don't show up until almost an hour in. They are front and center in the trailer, but in the 30-second TV spots, they're usually absent completely. But the difference is this film does not treat the vampires as a mystery that the characters are trying to solve. They kind of just show up. But my point is that in this era, when we're so incredibly selective about what content we will pay for, that movies are not allowed to surprise us in that way that I love so much, where you sat down thinking you were going to get a crime thriller and instead got sci-fi horror.